In this video, we're going to explore how you can use Jasper to write website content. So let's jump over into our screen and let me show you how it's done. So this is a website that I am creating for one of my clients. She actually had an existing website, so I did have some things to work off of, but there was quite a bit of content that I needed to write, and I actually used Jasper to write all of the content in this section. So I'm going to show you how I did that. The first thing, when you're building websites, if you already are building websites, you should know this, you should have a framework or a site map. And then once you start building out the site, what I do is I'll put filler text in, and then I'll go back and fill that in based off of what the client wants where. So in this case, the client had requested that certain services were laid out in a really clear fashion right on the home page, which we have here. She actually showed me an example of what she wanted, but I really wanted to have kind of a summary of each one of those things, and she didn't have that content ready for me, so I wanted to go ahead and do that for her. So for instance, with, let's say, affairs and betrayals, I can actually go over into Jasper, and in this case, we're going to use templates. We're going to use the paragraph generator. And I am going to write in a paragraph what this thing is about. So I just wrote here, safe space therapy helps couples who are dealing with the aftermath of an affair or a betrayal. This is a pretty straightforward explanation. I didn't have to know much about it for me to know that. So I went ahead and put that in. For the keywords, I know that we're going to be targeting couples therapy, Santa Clarita, California, because that's where my client is located. So I went ahead and put that in as the keyword phrase. And for the tone of voice, I actually just put web page. Now you can put whatever you want here, but I have found that web page works really well. So I'm going to generate my content down here. And as you can see, I've been given several examples. Now, of course, I'm going to read through this and see which ones I like the best for this particular section of my website. Now, once I have picked out the one I want, I'll just click it, I'll copy it, I'll bring it back into the website, and I'll paste it in there. But it doesn't just stop there. Now, once someone clicks on this button, they're going to go to the page. So then the question becomes, what do we write on the page? And we absolutely should start it off with the content that we already have created. So let's go ahead and go over to that particular page and explore ways that we can create content for it. As you can see here, I've just have filler text put in, but we can absolutely put in our own copy as well. So let's head back over into Jasper. In this case, again, we can use the paragraph generator. I'm going to actually paste in what I used prior, and we're going to keep everything the same and generate all the AI content. It's going to give me a new set of content, but we're not going to stop there because we actually need more in-depth content. So we're going to use boss mode for this particular example. So once it's generated, I'll pick out the one that I like the best. All right, so I like this one right here. We're going to head over to our documents, and we're going to create a new document under Start from Scratch, which is going to be our boss mode. We'll go ahead and we'll paste that into our content brief as well. We're going to write therapy. Let's do couples therapy. And we'll go ahead and put our tone of voice as website. And actually, let's not put anything in the description. Sometimes I find it can be too repetitive, but since we have already a really good core paragraph going here, we're just going to continue to write content. So I'm going to create a space and compose. And just keep clicking on compose to continue to write the content. Now, obviously, I'm going to want the client to go through and approve this content, add their own notes. And it's even more helpful if you speak to your client beforehand and get some bullet points to work off of, or if they have an existing website with content that we can pull from. So you can actually create content here, and we're going to continue by clicking compose again. All right, so we like this. We're going to copy this whole thing. We're going to go to our website. We're going to delete all of this filler stuff. We're going to paste in our content, and then we need to format it. And I also know that I need to fill in a couple of these things. So right now it's using the keyword couples therapy Santa Clarita, California as the business name because that's what I had as the keyword. So I want to go in here and put safe space because that's the name of the company. And there you go. Now I have my content all ready to rock, and I am able to use Jasper to do that. And you could do that with any one of your pages, any one of the little glips that you're using. My two favorite tools to create content for websites are that paragraph generator in the templates and boss mode to really expand on that content. Now, again, you need to work with your client and you need to use your human brain to fix anything that Jasper might put in there, like keywords instead of company names, And, just make sure you're reading through the content because you want it to sound very natural and very on brand for your client.